Oh, it's dark Harrison.
I had an update. Oh, I've kept mine muted for now. I'm trying to get Windows to run Chrome so I can jump onto your stream.
Reminds me.
Jack,
Okay, my
I
screen's
had
up and
actually
running.
invited you.
Bonus.
Yeah.
I've just accepted.
I don't know how relatable this is, Scott. My place of work do a lot of like extra training programs. So if you want to learn things, you can do certain courses and things like that.
Right.
One of the programs they had is a very expensive program that they've paid a lot of money to get into, which is Go Fluent. It's supposed to help you learn languages.
Your screen is showing Remnant 2, Scotty.
Fuck's sakes.
So I gave it a try.
Like on the video, not.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm trying to get my other computer to get restarted so you can. I can jump on and watch your streams.
You sound slightly different.
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
How? How?
It's like there's like processed
Sounds more like you're on
audio
your phone.
sound. Yeah, like audio compression.
Probably whole part and parcel of the. We've forcibly restarted your computer.
Yes, probably. Audio. Oh, I see. Bollocks.
Is it using the wrong mic?
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
Does that sound better?
That sounds about the same.
Try speaking more.
Hold on, I'll try and. It might have done
Okay.
that in my.
Yeah, no, you sound the same with me.
Yeah, you little fucking shit.
There we go.
Bitch, I gotcha.
That's better. That's
Good.
much better.
Didn't update, and as I've always said, whenever Windows does an update, it fucks my audio.
Okay.
Every time.
Turn up your volume a little bit, yeah.
Sweet.
There we go.
I'm being launched. Sup, bitches? Hey. But anyway, Damien, I do apologize. You were saying, so you get at work, you've got a special thing you can join, which you can learn extra things, and there was something about languages, and you said, what
Yeah.
language were you going to choose?
Well, I've got a few languages I've got to pick up, and one of the ones I was trying today after work was Japanese.
Okay.
Japanese is a beautiful language, but difficult.
Well, it is in parts. Now, I'm pretty good at usually picking things up, but to very start off with, they do an assessment to see at what level you're currently at.
The question is Damien, does it depend on how far off of the floor it is about picking it up?
Actually, it does sometimes. Like if you're wearing a top, it means something is a different word to wearing pants, and there's a different word for wearing shoes, and there's a different word for wearing hats or glasses.
I was just taking the piss out of Damien. Sorry.
So,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
Scott was
but
actually
literally.
taking the piss, and Quentin absolutely missed the point. But anyway,
And
between the-
Duolingo seems to be very good
well, that's
for
the thing,
learning
so
new languages.
if you're going to pick up Japanese, the thing I was hoping to learn, I was hoping to understand both the katakana, the hiragana, and the kanji, because I wanted to understand those characters. But you start off with this first assessment, where they assess what level you're at, and by the end of the test, they kind of gave me feedback saying, "Yeah, you really don't know bugger all about the language." Like, fuck you! I came here because I wanted to learn hiragana, katakana, and kanji, and you just kind of left me at such a low point now. So what did I do? I went off. I joined Udemy. I went up on Udemy. I bought the course. In the course of an evening, I've pretty much remembered most of the kanji characters. And my point is, if you just gave me the fucking time and the fucking resources, I could learn this shit.
Well, if you want to learn something, search on YouTube for Real Japan. There's two Japanese guys that the one asks the other one to translate English words, and yeah.
Well,
Then they draw the characters, and like the word for old person is a picture of a gravestone in kanji.
Well, I'm currently doing well. If it's in kanji, that's going to be pretty impressive because at the moment I'm basically rereading my hiragana and katakana. But as it is, I've had pretty good success so far with learning the phonetics to the letters, and I'm just basically doing the classic look, cover, write, check. Long story short, learning through Spike seems to be quite effective for me right now, and that's purely what's motivating me. Just a small ember of resentment on the inside.
Just remember, object, subject, verb. Or subject, object, verb. Yeah.
For English, it's subject, verb, object, but in Japanese, it's subject, object, verb.
I was learning Japanese using a English-Japanese dictionary that my uncle used.
Yes.
Take a bath.
When he was working in that region on the ships.
I was just trying to figure out what I was going to try and do to try and get the game going. That was all.
Also, Scott, do you play Commander?
What,
This
as
is
in
French.
Magic the
Right.
Gathering?
Depends on how much his his warping's been done on it.
Options. I can't turn up the game for him. Lovely.
Oh no.
What?
Body mixer.
They've revealed what their new game is.
Who?
I have
Okay.
no idea who you're talking about.
The people who did this one.
Alright.
It's Dark Heresy game.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, it has a collector's edition.
So what's the problem then?
The fact that I'm going to want to buy the collector's edition. Oh, it's got a Kroot statue. I don't even play Tau. God damn you, Owlcat.
Yeah, maybe playing on this machine done.
I don't have the room for it.
There's really not much sound coming from the game.
No.
There we go, I can hear stuff now. But at least I'm not now I'm not deaf. Because I could have always been imagining this conversation.
Really weird with its audio. Right. Okay. Now where am I actually meant to go?
Well, you were having a bath.
Yes.
What is the current quest? Oh, you want to go back to the deck of the ship, to the bridge, and then interact with the digital map, unless you want to walk around and speak to people.
There's nobody really to speak to.
Then go to the map, on the deck.
I just dropped a link for that Real Japan channel. The guys are brilliant. There was this one sentence that they came up with. It's like the doctor went to the cliff to do something or other, and something. And the Japanese translation is the same word 8 times in a row.
Yeah.
Right.
Hardly something you're likely to use in common conversation, mind you, in Japan, but anyway.
But
Yeah.
the next day, I suppose, is-
Okay, so back to the game. So we're looking at where we thinking of going, because we've just got ourselves a navigator.
So
Okay.
we've been to Europe 5. Iraq
We're
5.
currently in the middle of nowhere, so let's head to the not explored section next,
Yeah,
where
did
we
Majoris.
visit Raikaidi Philia, the prison planetoid. Or we jump over that and go straight to the unidentified void ship. That sounds like it could be painful and interesting.
Right, hold on. We are currently
On the bottom left corner.
yes. So
So either the middle one at the bottom, or jump straight over that, go to the unidentified void ship first, on the bottom right.
what do you think, Jack? Go to the planet, or 'cause actually let's try and jump on the ship. How do I?
Just click on it.
There we go.
With Magic the Gathering, can you play the different sets against one another?
Yes.
No, wait, hold on. Yes, so basically you can play old versus new. You can mix and match old with new.
You can
Yeah.
basically play friendly games.
Well, I was referring to more like, could you play, for example, Broomhaven versus Star Wars or Star Trek? So Star Wars, yeah.
Uh,
Or
those aren't
Final
magic gods.
Fantasy versus,
Oh, yes. So you will have decks. It's like you've got the cowboy deck at the moment where they're doing a lot of outlaws and stuff like that. You can utilize that up against the first lot of magic decks. Without, well, not that old, but I would say from 4th ed up, you could probably run those type of decks versus the newer decks, no problem. Right, so Albert.
Abelard.
Yeah, we've nicknamed him Albert. Okay. The everyday sound of the bridge are disrupted by voices raised in anger. Albert's voice is the loudest. It's not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant.
Relevant.
The young woman standing before Albert strives with all her might to not to quail under the onslaught of her suppressor's anger.
Superiors.
Falters and manages to look at him in the eye and says, I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Right, very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay. Sorry?
belligerence.
Belligerence, meh.
It's got the bridge G.
Yeah. Avela Vent, so Lord Captain Lieutenant, Vent requesting permission to speak. You're already fucking talking. Vent falls silent and then adds rashly, on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. Right, you may speak, but I want to hear a report, not shouting match. Have two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable. I will not tolerate this kind of conduct on my ship. Albert assigned the lieutenant the appropriate punishment. Lieutenant, you have 1 minute to state your business.
I'll go with 2.
I was thinking of 2 myself.
Yeah. Exclaiming hotly.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic time calls for drastic measures. Well, blah, 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 blah. Just talk. Tell me. What's the issue?
Yeah, you're wasting time now.
This matter cannot wait. Well, fucking spill the beans. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched in the lower decks on orders to crush the workers. Strike by any means necessary, but I'm convinced that this step is unwarranted and the crisis itself was provoked by actions of one of your senior officers. Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech. Very pale-faced.
That's what an exertion.
Right,
Probably true.
Right, hold on. Why is YouTube being a dick?
Oh, what's that?
It normally pops up. There we go. I've got it. Trying to get your stream up on YouTube. Right, so back to the game. So, yeah, continue. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Seneschal, yes.
Wesseron, and intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we'll have a mutiny or a massacre on your hands.
Oh.
Last words through she's okay, clearly prepared. Now, is that the other chap that's our right-hand man?
Wersarian is Albert's last name, yeah.
Why would he show... Oh, okay. I didn't know I had an echo. Apparently I do.
Not hearing it.
You do.
No.
You do.
I heard it. It just caught my attention. Right, so there's an insurrection making aboard my ship and no one has informed me. How did all this start?
Okay.
What has come into all of this? I'm going to go with question 3 first.
Mm-hmm. Explain where you're working.
I shall explain, Albert intones grimly. I beg you to hurry, time is... Oh, just shut up. I will not hurry since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit.
He's wasting time.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is a deliberate, I'm telling you I'm going to stall. There is an established order to the way things are done on the ship, and one of the pillars on that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters, and as he's Seneschal roles to ensure it. I have always handled internal problems myself, so of course, when I receive information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von whatever
Valencius
will find refuge on her ship. Okay. You were far too heavy-handed. Arrest, interrogation, mass punishment for the entire sector has driven people to the brink. It's bitterly. Now there's a strike on the lower decks in Depot 4. To be precise, 3 worker clans are involved and many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into all-out
Damn. All-out insurrection.
we lost him.
Answered, right?
Right. No, just everything on my system, volume-wise, went dead.
Oh, you broke up there for a moment when you came back as well.
Yeah, as in all my audio disappeared.
No.
In game, you better get this problem wrapped up soon. You don't want to wake up with an insurrection.
Now this, okay.
I mean, it is the lower quarters rebelling.
Concerns the only response I received is an order to dispatch the assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force.
Oh, necro.
Who's the Master of Arms? Is that...
Jocasta, the woman next to him who hasn't said anything. Yet.
I'm just hoping you're going to say Abaddon just to make me laugh.
I think I'm going to go with that one.
Alfarius.
A
All
bit
right,
of a
Lord
trivia
Captain,
fact for you, Scott.
Ventaris, but sorry?
Bit of a trivia fact for you. The head
Okay.
of the armies of chaos at the moment is a guy called Abaddon the
Phelan.
Destroyer. But his model was also known as Abaddon the Armless. Because his model's arms were so large, they kept on falling off the model.
Right.
Abaddon the Armless. So when you said Master of Arms, I was like, yeah, Abaddon.
Yes, I know it's an old squabble. Everyone's advocates me, but it's not facilitated my promotions, although he is the man who convinced me to become an officer in the first place. He has offered me extensive guidance in my service, for which I am grateful to him. And while not all my fellows receive such attention, I know of at least a dozen fine officers whom the Seneschal keeps in his sights to ensure that they continue to strive. Prepare new generations of the dynasty's servants, to instruct them and to separate those with potential from those who have exhausted it. That is my duty as Seneschal. I thought your duty was to keep things away, petty things away from the Lord Captain, but anyway. The ship has bays worth of pilots, enforcers, officers, technicians and stewards whom I have raised personally by the throne. Every third person standing on this bridge right now was my student at one point. The ship's regulations state that the Master at Arms is responsible for resolving all matters related to the ship's enforcers, and yet it is no secret that the Seneschal has a tendency to show partiality. Those enforcers and officers whom he has deemed particularly promising are at times given permission to approach him for tutelage. Interesting. I cannot deny Master Viserian's experience and insight. Seneschal has a record of fostering students who have indeed achieved much and demonstrated impeccable performance. However, extending such patronage over the head of the immediate superior encourages disregard for hierarchy among your lordship's servants. Today, an enforcer goes to Seneschal to report an order from a whilst at arms they happen to disagree with. Tomorrow they'll go to Lord Captain to object to Seneschal's orders. I notice a pattern in his actions.
Right, Albert, do you wish to respond?
Mistress Sauerbach. Sorry, go for it.
No, carry on.
Can you recall an occasion where I would encourage an officer to disobey their superior? Or one where I would overrule their order, or show favoritism to those who merited none? None, Seneschal, for there have been no such cases in the entire time I have served aboard this ship. Anyone would claim otherwise, I would have them pay for insulting your honor with, oh my god, all this conversation and people are about to be slaughtered. They have to pay for insulting your honor with blood. Your conduct in this regard has always been spotless. Nevertheless, given your eminent position, a simple show of attention on your part is enough to erode the propriety of junior officers, inflate their sense of self-importance, and undermine discipline. That you distinguish some of them and know them by name is tantamount to walking around the officers' deck handing out gifts to officers who have caught your eye. Fools those who sit apart with ambition and audacity. makes them stand out among the rest. Enforcers are meant to be faceless servants, fighters ready to die. Their faith entrusted to their commander and no one else. That is their sole foundation of order.
Do I go for number 5?
No, because then you're going to end up with flipping the slaughter.
Evidently, my officers are anything but shining example of unity and adherence today. I only have myself to blame, I suppose. Right, how did this all start? The situation could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for the cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tension between the enforcers and the workers to a head. Alright, so, what's Depot 4? It's one of the poorest sectors of the lower decks. Sorry?
The new fragrance by Chanel.
It was home to clans of general labourers. They're not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialist systems for generations. They are easily replaceable souls. And one which is now more besides giving what succor to cultists and minions to the
Fucking
arch enemy.
sucker. I barely know her.
That goes to show the size of these ships. Entire generations of families live in them and stay in one section.
And right, it's a poor and troubled, but worst that it means drunken fights in the illegal rot gut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It's located on the most popular lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect. Okay. I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remnant of the authority remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interest of your
Protectorate.
And personal safety. If you wish to confirm the
Rectitude.
Yeah, I think it's rectitude. It's not a word you see every day, though.
Yeah, rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objection.
Rectitude, a bloody pot.
For my part, I urge all captains to go down to the lower decks and stop the assault unit and speak directly to the people. You'll see that they are not lying or harbouring heretics. That way you'll stop the uprising before it begins.
So basically, there was a drunken bar fight, someone got killed, they found a dodgy heretical necklace on that guy. It got reported, as things do, up the chain of command, and now, suddenly, the enforcers of the ship are cracking down hard because there's possible heretic stuff there.
And because the Seneschal has taken a jump over the person who's meant to be in control of the situation.
So basically you've got, go down and deal with it myself.
But that
Second
would...
option is, obviously I'm sure Albert was doing everything he should have done, but I'll double check it. And the third one is, I don't give a shit.
And the very first one is there's an insurrection in the making. Board my ship and no one has informed me.
That's just yelling at the drop and not
that's just more information.
Yeah.
And I
But
play
yeah, three, you
Iconoclast.
base...
Iconoclast is the moral route you've kind of been going down.
Yeah.
So 3, you basically telling the guy is a flippin' idiot, which probably cause some issues
3.
down the line.
Yeah, 3 could be seen as inviting doubt of your second. 4 is the same, but you're not spinning it as badly.
And 5
Because you're saying, I'm
means
sure he
that
did it right, but I could
you're just
double check."
allowing the whole section of the ship to be wiped out.
Potentially,
Right.
if they do. rebel.
Potentially.
Throne preserve.
I don't think that's the kind of escort you want.
Yeah, no. No, mate, not interested. I don't fly that way. Lord Captain, I regret that the enforcers were unable to handle the situation, which led to your and Central's
Central's
involvement. I consider it my duty to go to Depot 4 myself and see it expended
The expedient resolution.
resolution of the incident. So now you're tagging along as well?
Apparently.
But she is in charge of the enforcers, so it's kind of her job. Oh, we lost Damien. He beep booped.
Oh no!
Yeah. Back again.
Ah,
He beep
hello.
booped.
Okay.
Follow me.
Choose party members.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're currently all selected. If they've got a triangle, the yellow triangle, it means they're essential to this particular area and have to
Right.
come. So in this
Yeah.
instance, you have to bring
Locked.
Albert. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're locked in. A lot of missions aren't. It's just some very character or key critical ones will be locked to certain characters.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken... Okay, I can't do that yet.
We've got
No
consent.
control here. Hey, so Syrian, take it.
Have a jar of piss.
Ooh. That looks like acid, no one. Piss.
Mm.
Reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow. In a startlingly human gesture, and a telling one, a rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servants.
Did you hear? They were shouting your name. The people dared disrespect a senior officer. Let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this.
2 sounds like it's going to build towards outright conflict. 1 sounds like you're being pedantic.
Yeah. Right, of course they were. The organisation of the daily routine life of the ship rests upon my shoulders. The mountain of challenges and problems from which I endeavour to insulate you, Lord Captain. The situation of the lower decks has been a curse for concern, and cause for concern, and I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. They do not know your face. To them, you're akin to a creature of legend. One who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne, no less, whereas I'm the man whose name is attached to every order docking rations or lowering a baby's heating.
The babies, not the babies.
That's what they will do. They will cut your food, or they will turn off the heat. And space is cold.
Yeah.
Not really, not because what is temperature when you've got that to be judged against?
Cool.
Heaters. You have it heaters judging.
Something ominous.
No, I mean in space itself.
Something resembling an S made out of...
The space between is cold.
No, because there's no temperature at all. Just a couple of hydrogen atoms floating around here and
What's
there.
these,
Well, walk into the sun. It's telling me it's cold.
what are these valves?
They are part of something later. But there are many of them.
Probably best not to flipping your valves when you aren't sure what's going on. That looks warm down there.
Isn't wrong that technically in space, thermal energy to be transmitted.
I still do not see how a purpose in coming here.
Yeah, generally speaking, you need an
Relax,
atmosphere or
old
physical
man.
contact
Going
that
for a
can
stroll on the
transfer.
lower decks every once in a
You
while
can
is good for
radiate
you.
heat away with
Lets you
infrared
see how the
radiation,
simple folk live.
which when things are hot, they produce infrared radiation. So a lot of the time, if you were, say, in a spacesuit,
So
you're
shall
more at
it
risk
be.
of overheating than you are
Yeah.
of freezing.
The where to go?
But having said that,
Hey, have I just been closed
you
outside the
will
door? Yeah.
generally, yeah, you will have issues with heating in many places. For example, because a lot of places in space are cold. Debris, detritus.
Right.
Gonna love those sand-sized particles flying past it.
I can't
Ridiculous
hear
speed.
what these guys are saying. Why not? What?
I can't
How was that
either.
about?
I don't believe these are voiced this bit.
Yeah, okay, it's just background mumbling.
Yeah, my
Strange.
voices are on 100%.
Yeah, I think it was just a background mumble. It sounded like it must have been coming from that character.
Sorry.
My patience is one thing. I've given you an order. Now get out of my way. I cannot comply. The order, ma'am. Vent shook, looked shaken, but there's a fire in the rise. This deck and my sector. So long as this area remains under Lord Captain Special oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. There are only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand down: First Officer, Rogue Trader, and the Emperor himself.
Ooh, she's got some guts.
Do not all my lessons fall on deaf ears.
Gotta love crabby approval.
Yeah. Your Lordship, noticing the 2 officers snap to attention and salute their subordinates following suit. Okay. Some locals on our way. Their conduct was outrageous. They'd even tried to throw things at us. I want to speak to the strikers. I give the
It's straight to the crush.
Yeah, I'll change my vote.
It's like the level of, oh, you accidentally walked too close to me in the hall. Cut his head off.
His hand touched my clothing. Chop him off at the neck.
Lock down the base. Strikes include the leaders' situations. Okay. Under control, Lieutenant. I came here to lead an investigation unit, and what do I see? The rabble is on the verge of mutiny. There's nothing to investigate. There is nothing to investigate. It simply calls for an immediately repression. So,
Repressions.
squad. And you
Primary
then
squad's then.
are a step away from facing charges yourself.
No, because she's following her orders now. For a change. He knows that now that flipping this god captain woman, whatever she is
You're right, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck.
now I need to try and flip and get through this closed
Right.
door where my characters are stuck.
I don't even know where it is and why I've ended up over here.
There you go. Can you follow? No, that just gives more information.
Right, so because I go around the map to see what's going on.
Yeah, I got stuck down the door. I was trying to click after you guys, and
It is my destiny to traverse the
I got stuck down the door and didn't realize it.
So, are we going to go in here and start a combat?
It might not be a
I think
combat,
it's meant to be a conversation.
depending on how you do it.
Right, so a dozen pair of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display of varying levels of mutation. From barely discernible to strange, to the strange, to the outright grotesque.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, those guys on the left are looking to start a fight.
Right. So Rivet, whispers passes through the crowd and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, 1 elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you come down to us. We are attacking. Sorry, we're attacked on the way. How do you explain that?
Bring it up.
We were attacked. Open fire.
Why? Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship. The tall, thin woman in worker's garb. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet, snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your lordship. You're demanding.
You're damned, enforcers.
You're damned.
There we go. You're damned enforcers who are all over us down here. Say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word, and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to hold bays for weeks at a time. We get sick and freeze. My clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle where her toe so she spits on the floor and plays with it with her toe.
Of her worn-out food.
Right, so does not interrupt the worker, but she sees the sadness in her eyes, or well in her eyes. When the children's deaths were mentioned, she quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true, Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It is clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up amidships?
Yep, amidships, yep.
Has no fellow feelings towards us. The grim man with the scarfed face throws up his arms. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We plot no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. The prosecution started a prose of nothing, you say. I was told that one of you were found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here. Albert, do you have anything to add?
We were attacked. I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
How petty do you want to get?
Exactly, yeah.
What changes do you want?
The last thing in the conversation. By the way, we were attacked.
I might throw that in there at the end.
Yeah.
A cultist amulet. What's that? The G-jaw that they found on the dead drunkard. If it was
It's
evil,
a weird one of it.
yeah, no, it is. I know the word. I've seen it before. It's just,
I was using the old west.
yeah. You can see it's like a gaudy fake amulet. Looking at, yeah, a bauble, yeah. Forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, they'd be the first. We'd be the first to report. And as for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off the dead body. There was no cultist still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots came the boots they came back with, nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine. I can tell you that. It seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us.
That's sounding a little bit like heresy.
That was a little like insult.
Someone,
yeah,
where's the firing squad gone?
We're really fine, and there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor, and when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo mechs.
Servo motor.
Large transformer Optimus Prime.
Yes. And
Small transformer, Bumblebee.
Was 100 years ago by the tech came calling.
Tech priest.
Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith.
Sorry, are you talking about Men of Iron?
No.
On a ship
I've
like this?
I've got no clue, none at all.
I'm
Not
making
Men
a
of Iron in a
reference-
different universe.
Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch enemy creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them?
By the way, the Men of Iron were artificial intelligent robots in the Dark Age of technology.
They
who
kind of
rebelled
rebelled.
against humanity. Yeah. So
That's
when
why we
you
don't
started
have
talking
AI
about
anymore.
Prime, I made reference. Hang on, are you talking about Men of Iron? Heresy.
Blam.
Honorable intelligence. Thank you.
We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time you saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my third little one.
Now she's old Nan.
Yeah, so that's acceptable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when the beast crawls out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought the evil down upon himself and his neighbors?
We were attacked.
Actually, go with the mirror attack, followed by Albert. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah.
There's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to their limits, and now they're lashing out, as if you don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here, like the one that the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are all inside and the bay has been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there's some people who have just had about enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled these ones. Risen up, a death squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. Okay, guys, let's just all go out and just cut everything off here. We can clean up the mess later.
Yep. Awareness test. Ooh.
But they are apparently sincere. And they were shocked about you being attacked.
Right. Albert, I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in the...
Necessary. Sounds like some use unnecessary measures.
The specific steps taken by the office were not reported to me. Albert frowns clearly, disgruntled at having to explain himself in their workers' presence. Nevertheless, I'm certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken
Stevedores.
Steves. The cultists are no drunken Steve. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. Was it really necessary to torture the people with the cold?
I don't think we bring her back into the storage. I think
You
she
reckon
just
don't
needs,
ask her?
I think she needs to be rebuked, but Yeah, okay. Oscar, I'm gonna go and switch on the kettle thing. That's because I wasn't talking to you, Bixby. Damn it.
The rabble understands only one language, Lord Captain, that of violence. As per regulation, should the labourers persist in their unwillingness to cooperate, the next steps is to limit. Sorry, next step is limiting their air supply and
Asshole.
cutting off, which is almost certain to restore order. The present can grumble all they want, but in the end, they are the source of their own misery. All they have to do is bow their heads and fall in line, and the need for punitive measures will disappear.
We were attacked.
That. We've already said that.
Doesn't mean we can't bring it up again. We're being petty about it. It does just repeat it.
Alright, shit. Roll one. Right. Old Nan. Okay, would you look at this? The Exalted Lord Captain and myself is asking us, Bilgerats, what we want. Well, here's what we want to retain your reigning your damned enforcers to quit turning off the heat and stop battering everything that moves. Well, we could always just cut this department off and just cut out the air. That'd solve problems.
You won't have to worry about damage.
But she's asking for more.
And then...
Pretty much.
No, not... that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed with arms, and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists
That's
show
too
their
much.
faces. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here.
That sounds like awesome way too much. Where's that firing squad?
You've gone too far, old Nan. We'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They'll probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbour out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist's body and we'll talk to them, one lower deck to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. Now that sounds
reasonable.
Yeah.
Let's just ease off the throttle a little bit, and we'll sort it out.
Aaron Mayer, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. Old man, speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures, I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the unanointed one turns his back, and these brutes will be on us even harder before, all because we dare to speak out. The tool worker's eyes darted between the two arguing leaders every few seconds. He opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. Trustworthiness, unrest ends now. Everyone who's involved will be eliminated. That would probably be the full-on.
Everyone dies,
Yeah.
basically.
Fine, I'll give the order for the enforcers to withdraw from this sector, and will be given a weapon. No, fuck off! Ain't giving you weapons.
Pardon me. Yep.
Man at arms, where do you stand? Apparently over there. I'm gonna go with 3. I think I got 100% to pass it. Coercion test succeeded. The tool worker they call Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old Nan, listen. Lord Captain himself has come down here to us and offered concessions. And I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's no time for you to be a stubborn old crow. God damn.
Well, she's old and stubborn.
Mm.
Now's the time not to change. You know, she's not going to get a chance to do it again.
This is in dissatisfaction. You two are ganging up on me, and that is that it. So brave you are against an old woman, but I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't. Thank you. I won't go down against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace.
I've just banned that
Fantastic.
bot on your channel history.
I did see that, thank you.
Oh, and I've put in a moderation block for those bloody words.
I appreciate
Right.
that.
So you shouldn't have any more
decided-
problems even if they try.
This is decided the persecution will stop, and I'll expect you to assist in locating any remainder amulets or weapons. You failed. Okay. Right, your lordship, thank you. You've not abandoned us at the lower decks. You came yourself to settle everything. I'll tell my grandchildren. Okay. Removed cargo, fuel and provisions. Why did we lose that?
Because we're
Because
healing
I
the
needed
area
heat.
again, we're giving them food. Which is basically what we'd stopped doing.
Okay.
So basically, you lost your savings.
Wish your lordship will root out any nasty business faster then. But the thing is
Yeah,
we've
because
now
they all
gained-
know. Yeah, and gain their support,
Yes.
which
And
means
also,
less issues.
sorry guys, go.
Carry on.
As I was saying, we're also not losing more people, which we are down on at the moment.
Even if they aren't trained.
Okay.
Oh,
Tantalizing anomaly.
what? This page with the start of each ship was marked. The last mark is missing. Oh. Oh, yeah. The words are good strike. Yeah.
Okay, there is
Where'd you go?
literally nothing.
Looks like we just head back up stairs again.
Where did you come from?
Where did you go?
Where did you come from?
Cut my Joe.
Who's got the what? That sounds painful.
Ah, that's it. Ah, that one. Did that-
Okay, which doors are we supposed to be going through? These doors or those doors?
I'm fiddling with valves.
Why? I
Because
can't
it's
even
possible.
select them. Oh, okay.
I have solved it.
Another notch.
We got... Oh, okay.
Right.
It was a bunch of grenades and bombs.
Alrighty.
So maybe they were planning something.
What? Where did you find that?
Hidden in
I
the
filled
box.
with a bunch of valves to redistribute the pressure, and it was in a vent grate. I'm going to combine the two words.
Right.
Aren't vents great?
Yep. Now what's going on? Unexpected and dismissed. Unit stands. Distance. Address your other companies. I have an urgent matter to
Thanks.
discuss with you, Captain. Please give me
Oh,
some
shit.
moment. Albert looks at you. His last vestige of restraint vanished. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You
Pow.
this
Kowtow.
disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc.
Oh my god.
Is that how you see your future at the helm, Von? Right.
Yeah.
Like that bitch.
Right. So you allowed this revolt to happen. Your actions practically guarantee.
This time
guarantee
we have to stomp on him.
All right. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Albert said.
Irascibly.
What?
Irascibly.
Yeah, Rasmus.
Remember, Lord Captain Theodora. Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers, while she dedicated herself to her grand design of protectorate, and any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Right, now, maybe if Theodora had spent more time trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. Their new Lord Captain aboard the ship now, and I will not.
Ah, actually, that one's quite nice, but
I would be only too willing to trust my essential and not fill my head with such matters, but the situation had spiraled out of your control, Albert. Give me a reason why I should continue to listen to your advice and trust in your judgment. Right now, I don't see any.
that's harsh, also a bit fair. But, and one's just gonna cause resentment.
Face, relax just slightly. You're right. At least as concerns juniors officers making complaints direct to you.
No, he's not taking the blame.
And I'll stand straight to attention. I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself.
We did get covered in piss coming in here.
Yeah,
I'm sure his ass has eaten a hole in the floor.
not coming easily. Right, the prosperity of von Valencius
Protectorate.
is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for a chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes or capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. And that creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I came from a long line of
You're
officers.
back, folks. Just making some pee.
That was definitely a way to interrupt. Right, so somebody sent a message I'm trying to find. All
I
right.
sent you one.
Yeah, and there's another message that popped up now.
Ah.
You know what? I'm actually not interested. Right, so one of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what happening on the planets. I told you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come to a grievous blow to me. I'm not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do this, I must insulate you from problems that the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Right, right, so what's the bottom ones? I've seen plenty of sentiment and handwriting in recent days, but every little competence I have no plans on relying on your judgment, and you've tried and tested procedures in the future. I value Theodora created and trust that the situation in aberration in the ship's otherwise smooth operations. Since their procedures are working, I see no reason to change them. Prosperity of on Venantius. Why do they come up with these bloody stupid words? Protector is just important to me. You are the only person who has comprehensive knowledge of how things are run on the ship. I think in the future I will follow your recommendations. Three.
Yeah, I'd agree on pick.
After a moment of silence, Yad, looking at you with interest, your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment should my old habits ever begin to creep back in.
Woohoo! We
Right,
won
so
one.
now he was the lower decks if the road trader desires to stretch his legs to far more suitable places.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Okay. Now, where do we need to go? Oh,
Level ups. Only 2 characters.
yeah.
Oh, that's because it's we're
That's
surplus
cheating
to
because it
requirement.
was
at the moment.
forced.
Right, so
Hello,
Jack,
Bill.
just quickly for myself, got toughness, weapon skill of the 2 thumbs up, agility, strength, or perception.
Bring it up. Come on.
Do you
Keep up.
reckon I'm more confident? Do you reckon toughness would be a good one?
What are you thinking of doing? The damage or being tanky? Because a little of all of it plays in. So obviously toughness is your health, a little bit. Weapon skill is directly related to your hitting things,
Yeah.
and also making sure you don't get hit as much in melee. Agility also helps with things like initiative.
Okay.
Strength is straight up your melee damage.
Right, so at the moment, I've got toughness at 45, weapon skill at 45, agility, strength, and agility and strength at 40, and perception at 35.
Probably I'd go with weapon skill, because it doesn't matter about your agility or strength if you don't hit.
Yeah. Oh, now I've got a choice of a skill.
Yes, you've got lots of
Um,
feats and things to look at. I'm gonna go get a snack.
Right, so Death Wild character gains 15 critical chance with bleed effect. Well, I currently have a weapon that does bleed. That would be logical.
It would be logical. Logical.
I think.
Damien, check the general chat there. I think you might appreciate it.
What have I done? Ooh.
And I'm back.
Right, I've just finished the level up.
That's easy.
Congratulations.
Yep. Where do I go from here? What would be the
Back to the
back to the door? So we've
Board
been
ship.
through.
Yeah, back up the elevator.
I gotta go find the elevator.
Behind you to the right, if you're looking the way your characters are looking.
I had a massive
Yeah.
problem with them.
cross the pile of steaming piss and go through the gate on the left.
What was that, Damien? You have a problem with?
I had a problem with caterpillars last year, Linton.
Ah.
Sorry?
Did they
I
look
had a
like
problem
them?
with caterpillars last year.
Uh,
I managed to fix it this year with an unconventional solution.
vinegar,
No,
By unionizing them.
fossils.
mothballs. Oh, I've heard about that. Yes. You just break them up onto the soil.
No, I've been using microscopic fossils of creatures called diatoms.
Oh, those as well. Yes, I heard that. This wrecks them.
Oh, they absolutely hate it.
They're bigger and more aggressive than a normal toad.
Diatome, a good try. But you can also use it in cooking. So,
I'm sure you could probably also fry caterpillars.
Apparently,
whole thing.
it even works against ants because it blocks up their breathing pores and their
not even
legs.
that. What it actually does is in their joints where there's soft tissue, it rips them to
Right.
pieces.
Yeah.
The Hellmaster Ravel.
But yeah, in the spirillas it also does damage. And are we doing AJ's game tomorrow, Scott?
No. We're doing Villainous tomorrow. You don't sound so excited.
Villainous at
Aaron's place.
Aaron's
Yeah.
place, yeah, cool.
Because Monday's obviously been replaced by bank holiday.
Yeah. But also AJ
Is away.
is not in town.
That's fine.
Because this is what we were talking about when we left Aaron's place the other night.
Just to confirm, was I invited to that or not?
Yes, but only as a card shuffler, as a croupier.
It's mostly asking to say I'm grateful for my invites to these things. I just wasn't sure if I was on the invite list or
Right,
not for that one.
Damien. You have now been invited into playing with our role-playing group on a Friday.
Yep.
So
That's it, you're in. You can't get out.
Exactly. If plans have changed, you were there present when this was all spoken about. Ergo, that was the plan for the group for that evening, and you were included.
I just didn't want to be making assumptions where maybe assumptions were not warranted, but thank you anyway.
Didn't want to make an ass out of you and me.
Oh, I'm happy to make an ass of me. I'm a very good ass. One of my few redeeming features is how much of an ass I am.
Okay. Right, what do we hear, Lord Ship Captain? It's not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting on the local asteroid field. It surely is quite like huddled up there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more space scrap heap than space as the ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depression over several compartments. Depressurization.
Yeah. Depression was still funny though.
Depression, yep. Oh, there's an incoming transmission now, too. Oh, by the way, they noticed us.
Oh, by the way, someone's trying to call us.
Ragged void ship. Hear us. The Vox transmission has abruptly cut to static. Do not require assistance. Pet. Do not require assistance. I know that's Pete.
Yeah.
But I thought Pet was funnier. Copy. The Vox delays. Okay, right. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Or protect us. Or protects.
Emperor protects.
Right, helmsman, Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there's an unidentified badly damaged vessel with asteroid field near the filler. Is refusing to help, which not to point out a fine point, has not yet offered to them.
Lady doth protest too much.
what I would do is I would radio back. Oppie, help, en route.
Going into a space tunnel.
Okay, the connection is established. Unknown vessel, we're receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, only hiss and snaps, and several voices at once started shouting over one another. Do not tell him, we're done for. Regular voice ship. This is Thunderfang. This is Thundercunt. We are one of the four.
Thunderfires.
There we go. Faltered uncertainly and replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are private chant vessel. A merchant vessel, of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Right.
Thunderbirds.
Main deck, on my order.
Thunderbirds. Thunderfangs. Our goal.
Thunderfang, yeah, Thunderbirds. To the rescue.
We can make out a hoarse and furious whispering even over the cracking of static. Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. The whispering dies and clear, youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. No, shite Sherlock. Damage is preventing the correct identification, we assure you. This full merchant vessel, Thunderfang, does not require aid.
Oh, shit.
So, main deck on order, aim weapons. Right, so let's get us to actually scour for what's going on. Television shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? Main deck.
So at the moment, they're probably not a threat, but why are you creeping around?
And why aren't they wanting help? Maybe they just can't afford it.
Into a cacophony of sounds, words and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears.
For the only conversation piece that we were attacked.
Wait right there, storm back down there, sorry.
Yeah.
But we were attacked. It's been playing on in our heads. Why? We are just flying mindless our own business, straight out of the blue, and opened fire. Miracle we could get away, Emperor protected, and then more fire. Who, Void only knows. Roasted our towers, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We never got to them. Now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here. Okay.
Otherwise, yes, honestly, I will then vote for 2.
Yeah. Happy now? What have you done? Idiot. It's too late now. The whisper static drowned out by clear straight front. Right. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did come here to loot on different business. To help our own out of jail. Do not hurt least. We already have our
Chrono's cleaned. The clock's cleaned.
Our hold is full of plunder and mean goods.
Yeah, Fellowship of the
Void.
Aware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Chrono Banks. They consider themselves above regular heresy solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom they're about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat the salvo from the macro cannons and shake the skull loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it.
That's a pirate ship. And they mentioned something about breaking some people out of jail. But, whatever reason, got in a fight with something that ruined them. But they are saying they've got loot.
I've got plunder. Yep.
Right.
And
The honey voice of the high factotum interrupts the translations with a polite cough. Ahem. Ahem. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you, although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions. The Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps we'll find dealings with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible.
again, he's the man with the purse strings. So he's saying there may be pirates, but they can get stuff.
I'm going to... They're currently in a bad situation. We could probably try and use it to our advantage.
Yep. Hence the commercial exchange.
Plus, in my mind, you could always engage in commercial exchange and then blow them up.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the first faction we've met. What you're seeing is a list of things you can get from them, and along the left is your level, and each level unlocks more things. Each item has a profit factor cost. You do not spend it by buying this, you just have to have that level of profit factor to get it. So at the moment, the top 4 things, we can just get them now.
No, we can get... Oh, okay. Profit factors in line. I thought it was...
Yeah, we can
As
get
in
the
we
heavy
can just
armor, the
collect-
flamer. Yep, just double click on them and they're ours. And our profit factor has not gone down because we don't spend money that way. We just demand it through our financial power.
Right,
So
I've got those.
Yep, so that's 3 items. So the more we level up this faction, the more stuff we can get. So this then leads into the factions and what we've been doing with putting stuff in our cargo. So the shit that we don't want or don't need, we've been putting in the cargo. That gets packed up into like boxes of sets of shit, which you can then sell to the factions to level up your reputation. So they're pirates. They're probably going to like spaceship stuff, guns, armor, fuel, shiny things, etc. Each faction has a type of cargo they like, and will give you more for. So when you go to the tab for reputation, it will then show you what you've got, what it gets you, and what they like.
Yeah,
So they
click
really
on the
like
reputation
heretic
and drop their
trophies,
screen.
Xeno artifacts.
What was that, Clinton?
So you click on reputation.
Yeah, top left there's trading and reputation.
Right, I was just busy looking at the items that were there. That was all.
Yeah. So along the left, required cargo, that's what they like the most and what they'll give you for that. So they like heretical stuff, they like alien stuff, pretty good with jewelry, pretty good with ships, armor.
So
They don't care about normal miscellaneous things.
Right, so here. So what have we got? So we haven't been using these psychic staffs.
Yeah, so at the moment, some stuff we've already got ready to go. Probably be like the ranged weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you'll see it's got 100%. So we've got 100% of a box of the shit that we want to give to them.
Okay.
So those ones you could be like, yep, give them that, give them that, give them that.
So if I
it will then tell you.
If I double click on the jewelry,
That'll tick it on and tick it off. So if you tick it on, that'll say I want to give it to them, and then you can click the trade button to then pop that to them, and we get 300 rep. So as we go through the game,
if I do ranged weapons,
Then all the loose range weapons we've got.
everything. Wait, hold on, but I want to keep some of the stuff we've just got.
if it's in our normal inventory, we're not giving it away. If we put it to the cargo, that's the shit we're giving away.
Right,
So if
I
you
don't
click
know
the
which
cargo
is which
tab.
at the moment.
So at the
Look
top,
at the
you've got
top left.
cargo list and cargo.
Yes.
Cargo is all the stuff that we've booted into cargo that's been
Right.
packed up into boxes.
So let's have a look to see what we've got in our inventory to put into the cargo.
So stuff we're not
Currently, we've
using.
got a stub revolver, a
hold on.
scrappy auto pistol, and
Right.
less pistols in cargo.
Yeah, so we're not using these laser guns, are we?
Less guns.
The 4
No.
las guns, not really, no.
Right, so I can say add to cargo.
Yes.
The
16 flak chest plates,
hold on. Okay, yeah, put to cargo.
probably not going to use them.
What about these auto guns? We're not using those, are we?
No one is currently yet, no.
Okay, does anybody plan to use them?
Nope.
No,
Well, I
solid
don't.
weapon projectile.
And the
what
armored body gloves we don't need. That's
Wait,
lower
hold
armor
on.
than anything else.
On weapons at the moment.
Oh, okay.
One section at a time, please. The last gun, the Retobi
It's just a slightly better las gun. If we can keep one, because it might be better than the gun that Argenta's using at the moment, I just need to check.
And what weapon is Clinton's character using?
And they're both using staves, and one's got a less rifle, and I'm not sure what the other one's got her own weapons.
All right, I was just wanting to know if you wanted any of this. That was all.
No, otherwise I would have grabbed lots of shit. Didn't need to.
I definitely want the flame.
Split, and then I'll add that to the cargo.
Mhm.
Shotgun, we got 5 shotguns.
I think Albert, either you or Albert might use one as an off weapon, just
So
in case
split
you
or
can't
three.
get into melee, but you still want to do something. I know.
Right.
I think Albert's got one on already. I think.
Yeah. Auto pistol, 3 to 4.
Yeah, they could probably go.
Right.
Yeah.
We've got 2 axes. I've
Unless
got
you're
everything I need at the moment.
Yeah.
Add to cargo. The chainsword.
You just said a
we
new
don't
cargo
have-
had been created, so we added enough to make another box.
Right, the chainsword. Are we keeping that, or are
We
gonna
don't
get-
have a marine on board, so.
No, it's not a space marine one. It's another one. Again, I think it's something that either you or Abelard did have, but you've since gotten something better.
Yeah. Okay, the shotguns. I could have sworn I split them. Right, split again. Okay. Add to cargo. Flamethrower we're keeping. Now,
Yeah.
we've got the staves. We've got...
Okay, you can toss away the psychic staff, but hang on to the other 2.
Which one is the psychic staff?
The one that looks like a stick on the top left corner.
Cassia is already using a staff of House Orcelio because she starts with one.
So, right, there you go.
We picked up one off
Yeah, we
the
picked up
fish
this,
guy that was helping
Oh,
her,
that's right.
and the other one off Felic, who's the asshole.
the guardian. So we keep the guardian one, and we can get rid of the bottom one,
Which one's the guardian one? I
the
got
top
that
right.
one. And the staff house, we're getting rid of that one as well.
You can get rid of that one.
Or Cielo.
Or Celio.
They're only
Right.
usable by her.
The
I'll never get
armored
it.
body.
Armor body gloves. So body gloves are usually low armor but good dodge.
They pretty much use this for my characters, and I'm pretty sure everyone else has got better character quality armor than that.
And the heavy leather armor.
That's one we've just picked up off
And
them.
it
Oh,
won't
okay.
work for my characters. But
Yeah, so we might have to wait to see whether it's good for you or Abelard. I think Abelard might have heavy weapon training. Sorry,
Right.
heavy armor training. but it's something you could spec into when you want to wear heavy armor.
Logic.
Usually,
Cloak. We're
most
not
of those, unless it's something that really is shit, you can keep them because you can put them on someone at some point.
Okay.
Depending on what you want to do.
Now we're under the usable stuff, so we've got
Last
the
one is voice.
adaptive antidotes, warp neurality, false grenade, crack grenade, the multi-key, the melter charge, and the machine right set. Keeping those.
Yes, the drugs, because they can come in handy if you ever remember to use them or certain situations. Grenades are grenades; they're always good. The multi-key lets you try open a lock again. If you fail, the melter bombs, you can blow stuff up. And the machine right sets are for logic tests, so they're all good.
What about this other stuff with the
Notables. Those are like
notables.
quest items.
I'd normally keep most of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Underneath other, we've got nothing, and
Nothing.
under flagship, we've got nothing.
Yeah. So
Right.
So
Now,
we're going
Okay.
back to
So
the
back
list.
to
on the
cargo
left.
list.
Yeah. So these are the things that we've got packaged and ready to drop.
So if I just tick them all,
Then we'll dump
That's what.
as much as we can on them, and we're
literally
getting
I tick them all.
1450.
Yeah.
Cool. Getting 1600. So that'll get us up another rank. So good. If you do the trade, and then flip back to trading in the top left, we've now got another section that we can take stuff out of.
And I can just click on all of them.
All
Maybe I'll
the
take it.
green ones.
Yeah, sorry. The red ones mean we just don't have the profit factor. The green ones we can get. So as soon as we get more profit factor, we can come back here and just yank them.
Okay.
This is zone. What the guy?
So it's gotten us a pair of gloves.
Where's range attack hits an enemy? The wearer gets +5 bonus chance.
Yeah,
critical
those are
hit
the only
chance.
ones we can
Nice.
Yeah. So when we just get more spending power, we can come back here and we can get the rest of the stuff that's in slot 1. The highest we'll need is profit factor 16 for that section. So
The gloves,
Extra.
and we took.
it was
And
a better
then-
auto gun,
And Mizoa pattern autogun.
which currently none of us are using auto guns. So
Recoil
Hold on to it.
15 with
Hold on to
a
it.
rate of
Put it
fire of
back in the
6. Damn.
but they're spray and pray weapons.
Nah, max ammo 24.
Right, so.
Okay, head back to the unexplored planet, bottom left, I imagine.
Yes, the Toby pattern las gun is better than what Argento had. Oh, begins again.
Prison planet.
This was described as a prison planet.
Prison planetoid. Not a planet.
Yeah, got downgraded.
There's a.
That little symbol normally means we'd embark to go down there.
Ooh, level ups.
Mm.
He knows the mortal enemy of every subject in Imperium. He's human, but inappropriate simply for even heretical interest in his fellow aliens very complete.
Waiting for you.
Okay, give me an moment to just upgrade my 2 year. Which one's mine? That
Yes.
one. Oh, come on. Thank you. Find rank available. Operative. Ooh.
Ooh.
Chance attack. Full knowledge.
go. That level up was just in time, because now I can use the flamer.
We got a new gun. So we got the... No, not you. Where did that new pistol go?
Ooh,
Right,
until
first-
operatives next turn, the animal's attacks also remove exploits and deal plus int bonus more damage.
Did somebody just take that new pistol?
It's not a pistol, it's a bolter.
I was looking at
The
it.
big
you
one.
just fi-
It's Argenta's weapon.
I don't care.
There's one I need to level her up as well.
Okay, I've got the opportunity. Ignatius has got logic 35, everyone else logic 30. And tech use, everyone is 30, but this character is at 38 currently because of intelligence and operator's gloves. I'm gonna give her tech use. That one. Yeah.
Actually... I think I'm gonna go with... Right. I've given... Oh, for fuck's sakes, really? You... You're a pain in the arse. Right. Second weapon. I've given him the oh, that's the shotgun. I wasn't going to give him the shotgun. 5 to 7.
Bloody hell. Cassius can take his ability called Take Aim. The target's next attack will ignore cover and will have double the effective distance.
Mhm.
I think that's a good boost. But then again, she's got damaging effects as well.
Jack, what's this
Yeah.
auto gun do? What's its...
So
It's
it's
a
a
machine
solid
gun.
weapon projectile. So solid weapon projectiles have an innate bonus to pierce, so they can go through targets.
Okay.
So they're good at hitting multiple people. Most of the time they tend to be bullet hoses, so they'll have a high rate of fire and large clip size, and normally have some kind of burst attack. So they're good for spray and pray and wiping out lots of crowds.
And is that more of an up-close and personal weapon?
Technically, you could point blank someone in the face, very short range. I don't think you can do it in melee distance because it's a ranged weapon, unlike pistols, which you can fire base to base, and shotguns. But yes, you could run up to someone and unload like an entire burst, point blank, almost.
Do you reckon for a second weapon rather than the shotgun?
Shotgun's useful in both. Look at the range on the shotgun for me.
Damage is 3 to 6. Rate of fire is 6. Range weapon light. Solid projectile.
Yeah, so the shotgun is a range of 2, but a maximum of 5. Whereas the autogun is a range of 8 with a maximum of 16. So it's definitely got a bit more range on it. But the shotgun does much more damage. Theoretically, but the shotgun is one shot per time you shoot it, whereas the Mazoa pattern gun you can do burst fire, which is normally like, I think it might be by its rate of fire, which would be 6. So 6 bullets of 3 to 6 could be what, 36.
When you look at your range thing, how do you see that?
As in, do you mean why it says 8?
Oh, right,
bracket
got
16.
you. Yeah, no, got you. I found it.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to try the shotgun. I've not used the shotgun before.
Mhm.
You are going to run around with that first, so you guys are done.
Halt! I noticed something.
Who paused?
Autopus.
Okay.
There's a trap.
Oh, I see. Okay. Pilot Raquel, pale young woman, looks at you with a mixture of hope and disbelief swirling in her eyes. You notice her hands trembling as she clutches her weapons. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcement? Satan's teeth. Thought you'd
Saints.
never come.
Eve.
I prefer
Saints.
Satan. I'm happy with Satan. I don't mind that.
I love how pretty much all of these are always, Albert, tell them who I am.
He teaches riff-raff.
Mm.
Bow before the Glacial Ignatius. Tell me about the planetoid. What's happening here? I have no time for long-winded talks.
See, they've missed the trick. They've forgotten the one important conversation point. We were attacked. Can you believe it? On my own ship. So she's nervous about something.
I think just cut straight to the point.
Mm-hmm. Either 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking doing that, because if I start going, I am so and so, Lord of the, I might not get the reaction I need. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Slumming it.
Right, there's been a prison riot on the planet. Sadly, it's been led by the prisoner warden himself, the Honourable Anathagan. Casteglia. He allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch and declared Riker de Filia to be independent of the authority and the system's lawful governor.
Ah, he's seceding.
I came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honourable Yvain Winterscale, son of Caligos Winterscale, rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over enemies of humanity. Wow!
Yeah, he's another rogue trader.
Yeah, but the entitle rogue trader, this, that, one thing, the exploits of this person. It's like, really?
Oh god,
You
you won't have seen it, but it's still funny.
Yeah. Right.
Where is it?
Young Lord Winterscale wishes to speak to the warden personally so he could put an end to the lawless treason. He and his escorts went ahead and she grows paler. I haven't been able to contact them over Vox for a very long time now. Right, so stroking his beard, one of the distant young offspring, yes. That's as much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Wow. Right, so has made several diplomatic visits to Urek 5 on behalf of his father, rogue trader. Caligos, the Great Regent, would not have been granted entry to some dishonorable, which means whatever happens is in this terrible. Okay. Right, if they've got good relationships with her, it might be best if we try and lean towards them, if that makes sense. Right, so hold.
Yeah.
Well, just I'm looking for a man by the name of Henry X. Okay. Unless one of the prisoner guards, it seems unlikely there is no shuttle in working order other than yours and mine. there's nothing else anyone could have used to reach this place. Did she just avoid my entire question?
Currently.
I did ask the right one, didn't I?
You asked what happened here. No, wait. You could have asked the one about the car being here because I don't see it on this anymore.
For the name, yes. So if you go onto the actual thing, no, Clinton, if you go to your left,
Yeah.
to the actual
on the
dialogue,
street.
you can scroll up. You can actually scroll up on the dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said
Yeah, I was
sun
watching.
came.
I'm looking for the
to
name
speak.
of Heinrich van. Yeah. So I did remove it from the list.
Yes, but yes, I'm just going back to that, and what I was trying to point out is the fact
Yeah.
she's avoided the question.
Uh-huh.
She said, we asked her, why did she come here? Or what happened here?
No,
So
you
she said
asked.
there's been a riot
Yes,
led by the warden,
yes,
because he's also tried to secede. She came
Yes.
here with Evan Winterscale, who's the son of the big Winterscale, saying that he wanted to come and speak to the warden to put an end to it.
yes. And we've said, I'm looking for a man by the name of Henry X. van Kolox. Is he here, perhaps? And she's replied, unless it's one of the prisoners or guards, then it seems unlikely. There are no shuttles in working order other than yours and mine. There is nothing else anyone could have used to reach at this place.
So yeah, she's saying, unless it's a guard or a prisoner, I don't know. Because they wouldn't have had a way to get here.
Okay.
Or maybe they got a secret ship. Who knows? But
Right.
speaking of ridiculous names in the Warhammer system, you do have that guy.
Lord Harrock, Canarum, son of High King Valeric. Canarum, High Prince of House Canaram, Master of the Blade of Gia, Keeper of Gates of Lorello, Welder of the Calic Flames, Bringer of Hope, Herald of Holy Order of the Adamantine Lance, or Adamantine Lance, however you like to pronounce that word. The Paladin of Koto, Slayer of the Lion Isa, the Triumphant, the Light of Stars, the Eradicator.
Yeah, he's a lord piloting a like a Titan Knight.
Yep.
They're big mecha guys, and
Right.
they also have like houses and orders, but they're very knightly based. And you fight in a game called Blood and Teeth, which is like a Warhammer 40k Metal Slug, where you're playing as the orcs. And
Right.
yeah, when you're in his boss fight, his name goes off the screen. Because they were like, yeah, his name is so long, we're just not going to constrain it to the screen. It goes off its box.
Right.
Because it's that silly.
Okay. Right, so tell me about the planet. I think my camera's frozen.
It's a bad place for your PP. It's a penal colony.
Right, so the settlement on Riker D. Filler is a penal colony. The prisoners work in the mines and the domed quarries. They mine sulfur. Is it ceram dust?
I suppose it's ceram dust like ceramic, I imagine.
Right. And sand, which is then melted down, rather nondescript place or site was prior to the current events.
Still haven't introduced yourself.
By the way, I was attacked.
Hey, no one expects this, Master. This nobleman of respect, Governor House. All of a sudden, saying that it's not a personal domain, and that the prisoners were his subjects, and that they would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. And I take it they're looking forward to a diet of sand and gravel. What kind of man-mad would start a revolt on a barren rock?
Yeah, it's kind of a dumb idea. You live on a
I would-
planetoid. You're not farming anything,
Yeah.
so you get blockaded and you're gonna die.
Now, right, so why does he fight? I'm going to do this.
Mhm.
Right, it's a personal matter, Master Casteglia and the seditious warden of the Lord Evans' childhood friend.
James.
Heard of the riot. The news saddened him greatly, and he rushed to here without delay, in the hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt.
So that's why he's here, because
Okay.
he knows the guy. And he's coming to say, why the fuck are you about me?
Prefers to talk rather than shoot and slash. Young Lord Winterskull is not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save a friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he's alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time. I really don't like this place. Leopold executed his wife and only son to a mere suspicion of treason against the house of Celio.
Theobald's the fishy
So
guy
why
that died
did the
first.
noble Yvain rush to save someone who betrayed his house? Do bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes? That's quite deep. Right, so some of the rebel have holed up the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations were taking place, I would expect to have heavy resistance. Please take caution, your lordship. Lord Winterskull guards mind entry. Okay.
That
Oh,
PD
and by
thing
the
caused
way,
it.
and by
Dave
the
told
way,
me all of that. Yeah.
at once the woman stands to attention. Captain Raquel, Vicari, servant of House Winterskull and pilot of the shuttle. It is an honor to be greeted by His Lordship von. Okay, right. So I have no more questions. Right, freeze for a moment, your lordship. If I may have a minute of your time, I wouldn't even have dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation. In any case, you've been to the capital of Record Money yet. I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, communications officer by the name of Jasper.
We haven't been there yet.
What is your relationship to this man? I have not been to there yet. I'm the rogue, not a messenger boy. Let me ask what the relationship is. We're engaged. Okay, cool. That's a shame. May the Emperor keep the fool from harm. Thank you for your time. Okay. Okay,
And yeah,
now
the cause
who...
was because a trap was found.
Yes.
It's me or Argenta that's good at traps.
I better myself through my
Why
service.
the hell do you even bother trying to run close to that bloody
I'll
trap?
guide your vessel and lead you on
they
your
will
way.
just run through it, so you have to manually guide them around if for any reason I can't get rid of them. To be honest, I should probably do it first because I'm happy.
Oh, how
Watch out.
intriguing.
That's what you said. I should go. I was like, cool.
Yep. Okay, right. People aren't running into the room, are they?
No.
No.
No, right, I'm pausing.
If I could see
Right,
the
let me,
golden light of the
wander
Astronomicon
around.
as you see it, Cassia, I would probably
There's another
go
one.
still forever, unable to take my eyes off the radiance of the Emperor for an
You want me to
instant.
start Undoing traps.
I think you would manage.
Oh, I'm doing it.
You have different hues of light within you. Gold,
Yeah.
silver, and crimson. One of them would call you back to this world.
We've gotten some writing. What was the writing? Diary of
Say no more.
Atishan.
Traps of typical prison food. Repulsive to the senses.
What's that?
And
Oh,
Who's done
That
what?
I
means
won't
we're getting
heed your
jumped.
cries of mercy. Surrender to the dark powers.
Cassia's abilities. Cassia is an officer in the reception navigation. Sharks throws images of a war. Sports play making your allies stronger. West Monster officer ability increases an allies' characteristics for 1 round. Also allows the officer to use their other officer archetype abilities on that ally from any distance. The higher the officer's fellowship bonus is, the more the target's characteristics are increased.
Right,
Good
so
enough.
what? Why can't I move my guys around?
because we've been
Because we
ambushed.
haven't started the battle yet.
Okay.
And we're
Oh.
also ambushed, so we don't get to pick. It's a surprise round, basically.
Chaos guides me.
It didn't do much, but it was annoying. Can I shoot them from there? I can shoot them from there. So I will shoot them from there. It's not going to be accurate, but I'm going to do it.
Oh, you got 2 hits. 3 hits.
Actually, I want to play the same game. Oh no, that's kind of shit.
Oh god, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people act before I do.
Escape the Emperor's judgment.
Not anymore.
Strike is a prayer.
It's like, wait. You call that a bomb? Dude, this is a bomb. I am the bomb.
I am the bear.
Hey!
Runs
Hey!
and kicks her.
Stop
down.
that!
Death to non-believers.
Good old Shank.
Seriously!
My precious has failed me.
Yeah, unfortunately, somehow you as the squishies ended up front.
Out of
Need
my
some
way.
medkit.
Horde of thugs.
Oh no, you don't.
They all get buffs for being near each other at the start of the round.
Okay. Right.
I'm gonna lightning blast him.
I'm going to...
No, I can't. Too winded. Damn it.
You didn't stand a chance.
Very nice.
Okay. What's this? So, Reckless Strike.
Oh, I
Wait,
can actually
wait.
recommend things. Oh, cool. I didn't realize I could click on your stuff.
Really? What were you
Interesting.
going to recommend?
I was just looking at Cleave to see if you could... I don't think you can get the angle. It's 3 in front of you, not a line. As it were.
Yeah, it looks like I might be able to move.
You need the penetrating thing.
Yeah, you could move, but you are in an attack of opportunity range. But you could move and then cleave both of them, yeah.
I go there.
We'll get one off, but there's a good chance. You
I
won't get hit.
can...
You're gonna get hit.
Wait, hold on. What's the other weapon? I could probably get... Cleave... There.
Yeah, you didn't get his attack of opportunity.
Which I am not arguing at all.
Oh,
Show me what you've got.
nimble.
And I'm also in front of Clinton now.
For real. You broke. You came all the way
Okay.
over here for that.
can strike him and finish him off.
And remember, your lightning does bounce to friends.
No, I wasn't going to use lightning because then it would bounce to all of us. I was thinking about just striking him, but let's start with the analyze on that one. And then I will exploit this one. How much health you got there? Way too much. 6. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna scream at that guy.
Which one?
That seems to have done the trick.
And you got one left for probably the buff
Anything
one,
else?
Yeah, this is a precise attack setup for Blondie. So Blondie should be able to take this out that's directly in front of her before Albert gets a shot.
If you're talking about this one, that's me.
The guy's on 2 life. No, the prisoner's in front of him.
Oh, him.
Yeah. Blondie will be able to take him out. Toasty!
pretty much. I get a better angle from there. I technically can. Better angle
Are
from
you
there.
feeling a little cold? Let me just warm you up.
Better angle.
We should just take him out Toasty. I mean Crispy.
Yep, do that. Give it a bit more damage. Because you're near friends. Damn, he dodged. Alright. Cassie's turn.
Okay.
So if you do number 1, then number 2, it's better.
I was thinking the command and then
Yeah, you do the
I
command.
was thinking, about just staring at him and killing him. But if I command
I am a navigator,
you
not a servitor.
and then give
Me,
you the
if you
command,
insist, Lord Captain.
Alright.
you don't
My problem
Dave,
is he's in
you
melee.
get to hit those. Oh, oops!
Yeah. I can't hit him. Actually.
You can't hit the nimble prisoner, Toasty.
No. He's in melee with someone in range. But what I can do is that.
It's nothing.
What the hell?
I'm enraged.
I'm in range. You just knocked me over.
How much damage did you take?
He hit me for more than I did. The trouble is, yeah, Argenta's got a ranged weapon
I'm
and he was in
afraid
melee, so I
not.
could use her ranged weapon. But that extra thing doesn't give me any movement, so I couldn't move away to shoot him.
Wait, Abelard go.
So all I did was throw a grenade to knock him over instead.
Where's Abby? Oh, there.
He's in
I'm
front
not
of you.
accustomed to being ordered around.
And then he's up next anyway.
Yeah, which is why I did that.
Alright, so. That's not useful. Okay, so I can
Go straight up the center.
straight up the center.
Yeah, between the two cycles.
I think you might be able to, if we're tricky here. If you walk to there and then slap him with a
walk
melee
to-
weapon,
So you walked away?
you should see the ping next to him in front of your character, but to the right of him. Can you reach
Ah.
there?
Wait. Hold on.
No, you can't. bollocks.
I wasn't actually seeing where you pinged. Did you say there?
To the next.
It was one to the left.
Oh, to there.
You're not going to be able to reach him.
Okay.
You still might be
Why
able
not?
to do it from where you were pinging. I was just thinking melee, because if you can get there, hit him,
I can
then
do
you
the
should
charge.
hopefully then have the charge to get round the pillar and hit the guy on the floor. Yeah.
Oh,
So you'll be able to
okay.
get both of them.
All right, so I can walk to there. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but then you won't be able to charge the other one because you're gonna have
Might
someone
be
in
able
your way now.
to actually no. Yeah, he's in the way.
I took care of this one.
Unless it lets you shenanigans go around. I think it might just charge you into your character.
No.
Yeah, you forgot to take leap.
I think there is a thing later that lets you pass your allies. Well, you could always gain ground on the guy who's going to come around the corner and just charge forward a bit. Because Abelard can
There's
go
a
quite
guy
far
around
with
the
his
corner?
charges.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
I can't get. I can get to there with cover. As into here.
He's got melee, I think.
That'll work.
Shit. Alright.
And you've got your various tough buffs. And the one at the end that makes them take more damage.
Nope, I've got no action points left. Okay.
I serve the ruinous powers. Pain and duty go
Hey,
hand in
bloody
hand.
things!
Pain cleanses the body.
Right, now I can. Oh, he's back up.
Yep. Just
How did you get up, you asshole?
I mean, you stood up
Your
on
turn.
your turn. Yeah.
Another voice to join my
Hey,
choir.
wrong. Ah, shit.
What did she get?
My spirit for
Agility.
some certain injuries,
What
but for
happened there?
trauma.
What do you mean?
She went
got ability?
Yeah, she got a disability. She got a wound.
Sorry, the guy that can do healing's currently in the opposite direction.
It's fine. She'll get up when we kill this guy. It's just we won't be able to get rid of that debuff on her unless we go back to the ship.
Oh shit, it's my turn. Sorry. Do you want me to take him out?
Take out the guy.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Because he's only gonna charge into you guys if you don't. Because it is
Oh,
his turn
shit.
next.
And the two psychers can handle what? You just run into something? What, you stop you early?
Yeah.
Sure, fire, slam.
You dodged.
And riposted.
And then you parry.
Okay. No, because I used that ability, which,
Yeah, you used a thing to do more damage, but he missed.
yeah. Okay.
Time to slaughter someone.
Don't you dare. Oh.
How the hell?
He's
Let's
nimble.
get to it.
Damn. Okay.
Hit him with your shout.
Yeah, scream at
Yep.
him.
Scream and
Hit him with
shout.
the scream core.
What an unfortunate turn of fate. Anything
Increase your
else?
dodge and parry.
I caved.
Analyze
course.
the enemy.
Sorry, you
Caved.
what?
I caved and I got it.
But
Oh,
what?
again.
Collector's edition for their new game. I've got them for their last.
And I'm going to
game.
expose his
Anything else?
weakness.
He's mortally
Okay,
afraid of
Scotty. Use your buff. He's debuffed.
Bend the flame.
How do you do that without accidentally cooking Abalot?
Because I'm real good.
Damn.
A predictable downfall.
I used the momentum thing, but we might as well because it's the end of the combat.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
guide
fair enough.
humanity
Got a bunch
between
of
the
knives.
stars.
My whisper.
Okay, and that's why it's healed up again.
Entertainment.
So it's okay.
Yeah,
Do
but
you
she's got
require
the
an
debuff on
audience?
going.
No, I meant Mark
until we
2.
get somewhere. Oh yeah, yeah. As long as you don't actually go down, you don't get any last.
Yeah, but I mean,
negatives. You sometimes get-
there's instant heal.
Never
I wasn't
doubt me.
expecting that.
Oh yeah. It's a pistol and a Sharpie dagger. It's a prison shank. It's very accurate.
I'll chart a course for you.
Ooh. Some medium armor. We've got some more false grenades. We got another stub revolver and some. Oh,
Abelard,
No one's using
I've been
grenades.
meaning to ask.
I'll put them on
How
Argento
are you
because she is
keeping it
trained in
together
grenades.
so well? Don't you ever feel awful without
Make
her?
the loudest boom.
Enough, Plus. We have a duty to the new rogue trader. You would do well to focus on that.
No, I'm not
If
even
you keep
on a
your
Malvern
mind
charge.
busy,
That's just
you will have
awesome
less
trouble.
opportunity to fill it with awful things.
Yeah, that
wow.
dagger's pretty good. Like, it does more damage than your axe. And your sword. And it also has a bleed effect on it as well.
Exactly. So I was just thinking I can do either the actually. Do you know what?
If you look at the other dagger, it does a shit ton of damage. And has dodge reduction. So it's very good at,
Why can't I seem? There we go. Got the two daggers.
'cause yeah, that weapon having dodge reduction is reducing the dodge of the people you're hitting. So it
Yeah.
makes it better for you to hit them.
Right. So Mars pattern sword. Yep, that's better. Okay.
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Yeah, yeah.
Mars pattern sword.
Yeah.
Oh, really? This game's being a bit of a dick.
Double clicking typically equips to your first slot. So if you're trying to do the offhand, better to drag and drop. Or make sure the offhand is empty.
How can one find the right
Right,
way
so
without his
that's
light?
that. Now that should be interesting.
You're perplexed. How's that for a fucking penalty?
Oh, hold on, what's that
Flicks.
in there?
It's not nice. Minus 10 penalty.
Oh,
Ballistic weapon intelligence or perception.
Shot
That's-
slab of flesh.
yeah,
having
nasty.
been already washed of any blood. Okay.
dozens of victims slain yet. Then,
Right, there's a locked gate over here.
I cannot
Everyone,
lock 100%.
applaud my brilliance.
Okay, we did it fine technologically.
Mhm. The optimates.
Right, give me 2
it's
seconds.
time to miss another combat. What, we're gonna quickly run, make some more tea, and switch on the kettle. Hello?
Hello.
Yo, well, I'm gonna go run and switch on the kettle.
Oh, they're backstabbing.
Temperature has dropped. It's getting cold, so prisoner thanks for the throne, normal looking face, he's about to die with matters. Don't shoot us, unit. Okay. Right, so well this is a change taken before shooting. Lord Captain, look at this. Right tag. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest, quiet inmates. Didn't want to riot,
We didn't want to riot.
but while sitting it out wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join in the festivities, so we had to, play along. But that's all it was, play. We never meant no offence to Governor Medne, nor to the
Medne.
local authority of House Winterscale. Give us the chance, we just want to wait until everything blows over and we can go back to ourselves and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic. How novel. Right. The lowborn speech is mottled with colours that conceal his true darker hues. This old man has a long history of lies and is using his wiles on us as well, but I see no foul corruption or ill intent in his words.
I'm in print.
Yeah. While why soil your tongue talking about that heretic? But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here prison, the Honourable Master Castagella, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things the proper way. Prayer, one meal a day, work, a punch in the chompers from the guards, work again. But the new one, do you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners. By the 9 devils, that's 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark raving mad.
Very soft on crime.
Thing only went downhill from there. The guards quit it with their teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseers started counting which prisoner were digging up more things than the quarry or swinging their pickaxes harder or whatnot. And then, would you believe it, they'd put together a list of best workers, and if someone on that list also showed good behavior, that's when they'd promote us to a... What's an optimate?
I think that's the term they've come up with. I'm presuming it's a joiner of optimum and inmate.
Right, so that's the upper crust among the jailbirds.
So he's invented employee of the month and a class system.
Right. Or is that how it was at first? The warden decided that the optimates, not the guards, who should be in charge of punishments. And that's when it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work. It was the optimates. Well, let me tell you, that was when these goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards weren't even in the same league as our dear fellows, the optimates. In the old days, we had maybe 5 or 10 stiff kickings a week.
Stiff kicking it a week. Not stiff kickings,
Yeah.
stiff kicking. In other words, dying.
And now,
Could lead to the other.
we're lucky if it's only 50. And that wasn't even the end of it. The warden moved out of his chambers to live in the quarry under the dome, and I think something in his new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest things, like the optimates are saints who will behold the truth, and he starts taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned. The ones who did, wouldn't recognize them or beast the man. They were butchering people left and right, even guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them, and that's the whole sob story. But I knew it from the moment he let us have dinner. Oh, this won't end well. Really? She nods. the old codger right, whenever nobles start giving handouts to commoners, that something always goes wrong. She notices your look and catches herself. I mean, that's with all due respect, your lordship, no offense intended. Yeah. Now, how can a lowly jailbird hope to thank your noble self? I have a inkling, you see us here, we're, how should I put this, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rykad Minoris, debtors, gutter snipes. There's no one serious. Now we, your nobleness, are a cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Okay, why don't we tell you where we're on Footfall Station. You know Footfall? Not football, footfall. Just to make sure we know the difference.
We still call it football.
Yeah, I still fall over that. Ship runs the best market in all of Kronos Expanse. Yes, so we're on Footfall. You can find some very serious business-minded people. And how can you get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special goods? Okay.
Pirates.
The most serious kind, your nobleness. Have you heard of the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in Expanse. There is no leader, of course, but there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other's throats over loot, what do you call it, counterproductive. But cutting throats together, now that's anti-counterproductive.
Anti-counterproductive.
That's what I'm thinking.
A double negative.
And well, their joint efforts to leave them with an excess of spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such kinds of dealings on behalf of these very serious people.
And the pirates on the ship did say they were trying to break someone out of jail.
Right. Your pirates, I came across the void shop belonging to your associates. They were planning on breaking you out. The man grunts, hefts, then makes up his mind. Well, now that's out of the bag. Our fellas were supposed to come get us a long time ago, but they got tied up somewhat. Void, Kraken, Gullet with them. And all this time we had to wait. This happened. Pardon me for trying to pull the synth wool over you. It's just that we wanted nothing to do with this whole warden nonsense. So what now? Will you let us go? Cracks an neck. Sure, no problem.
I don't see why not.
To tell you, today you tell us a lie, tomorrow you stick a torpedo in our side from that ship of yours. If it doesn't fall apart the moment your helmsman sneezes in general direction.
They are basically saying they'll put in a good word for us with the pirates. Which is the faction we just sold stuff to.
Yeah, which means we might even get better rep.
Or a discount.
Okay. That's so great to hear, your nobleness, just great. Now, here's the true aristocrat. No, there's a true aristocrat, not that warden chick creep. Now then, your nobleness, where was I? If you ever set foot on Footfall Station, there's this district, the Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located around the statue of our holiest emperor. I've known folks who called it something else, also on account of being behind the statue. Don't repeat that mistake. I tell you, Reverend.
So I imagine it's something along the lines of the Emperor's arse or something.
Yep. Wasted no time in finding right.
The Emperor's arsehole.
Yep. Forgive an old man from getting distracted. Footfall Shadow Quarters. There's a bar there built into the remains of the old ship. At the bar in the back of the room is a certain riser. Does her business. Tell her grandpa. Back of all says hello. You'll be her favorite client in a blink of an eye.
Better riser than Rizzer.
Yep.
It'll riz you up. So technically, the game says it's heretical just to let them free. They are pirates. Iconoclast, it says, I won't leave you to die here. You can serve on my ship. And then, yeah, the dogmatic is, your heretical riffraff die. So if
We
you're sticking
need
with your
train-
flavor,
we
the
need
game is
trains-
telling you that option 2 is that. But
Yeah.
We need
again,
trained
you don't have to
crew.
stick solely to those.
Right, but they're pirates.
Yes.
Yes, but they're
But
But we are
trained.
also trading with pirates.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think. They're
As long as they
actually
aren't
illegal.
heretics, they're not heretics.
Yeah.
So
No, what I'm thinking is if they come onto our ship, would they be useful?
yeah,
Or would it
I
be
think they'll be
outside
trained.
of Shoot guns, etc. Yeah.
Or do you reckon it would be best to release them to their crew?
But then we bring heretical.
It gets you points, but again, only certain decisions rely on massive amounts of these points.
Is it?
So again, just because it says bracket Psychoniclast doesn't have to decide for you that that's what you want to do. Obviously, most of them lean towards things that are considered in line with that.
Well, I mean,
So
if it
yeah, you
didn't
might be
say,
Iconoclast, but you don't want them on your ship. So
yeah, if it didn't say heretical next to the
you wouldn't
option
know.
1, I would have chosen option 1.
Yeah. So
Because
they are
of
there
the
to guide you,
information
but
I've
don't
provided.
force you down to avenues.
What's the difference between keeping them and letting them go?
So one, they will go back to their pirate friends and possibly say obviously good things about us. 2, they're not going back to their pirate friends. So they may not have the opportunity to say nice things about us,
1,
but we are getting people. So Albert doesn't like it, but that's Albert.
yeah, will do, your nobleness. The idea is if we can get more favor, might be an idea. Albert, I agree with a fair amount that you say, but every now and then I've got to do certain things.
Genius triumphs!
Aha!
I better myself through my service.
Ooh, that's what I'm trained in.
Cast your eye there.
I dare not
Yes,
provoke
us.
the whispers.
Multiple goods. Right, we have just gotten a pistol shotgun.
A diviner's staff.
Pistol shotgun.
And a cape that whenever you use Endure, which is an ability Abelard and I think you have, it removes 1 effect of burning, toxin, and bleeding in that order.
Hey, where'd that staff
We've
go?
got a diviner staff.
I just saw the staff and I've gone.
No, the diviner staff's in there.
Diviner stuff. Yeah, you have to have divination. Depends if either of his characters have divination. I think Adira does?
It's only showing up when I select Cassia.
Ah.
Oh, no, there
Definitely
it is,
use it.
diviner staff.
Yeah.
Lightning arc or consign, heroic act, consign, desperate measure. Wield the staff gains consign abilities also available in its heroic act and desperate measure.
Consign means the next thing that hits the target output is automatically a crit. So instead of attacking, you guarantee that that person gets crit.
And it gives
and
me
the
plus
heroic
5
version.
perception on top of the plus 5 willpower that I currently get.
Yeah. So there's one.
But then I don't get the lightning arc.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
how do I check out features? I've got endure.
Well, hang
there.
on to that for us, just in case.
Both of those have endure.
Yeah.
Now,
So it's good on one of you, at least.
I currently have the one cape on, which is the mantle of heroism.
Ah, cool. So, yeah, every time we use one of the heroic acts, which is the one we build up the bar for, you get
Yep.
20% dodge. So if you prefer the dodge, then
Yeah, what I've done is I've carried the that one on my main character, and I've put the other one on Albert.
And there's another thing. There's a pistol in there where it looks like a pistol called the faux hammer. It is actually
Yes.
a shotgun pistol.
Nice.
It's one we've just picked up.
Ass kicking.
So again, not the worst for your guys that are getting in close. Because it gives you a nice AoE. And it's just like, surprise, you thought it was a revolver. It's a shotgun.
Right, the difference is... Right, hold on. Yeah, right, so... Albert's one is the Deadshot Stub Revolver, is 8 to 16 damage, 15% armor penetration. Additional hit chance is 15%.
Actually, the faux hammer is only 1 damage less than the full shotgun, but it's got longer range,
Damn.
but slightly less ammo.
Yeah, but it's also one-handed.
Yes, so you could put it in. So he's already got a one-hand setup. So,
So is my main guy.
and you've got a normal pistol there, but it is more accurate and has higher armor pen. But shotgun depends again on what you want to do. Obviously, the pistol's more single target with a chance to pierce through because of being a solid projectile, whereas the shotgun's obviously got AoE and can knock people back if you're shooting them within 3 range.
Right, I'm just trying to think of Alistair, because... Right, so... Right, so I'll take that off and I'll put the faux hammer onto Alistair. You, I will change the stub revolver and I shall put on the dead shots. There we go. Right, sweet. Ready to go. Are we going to go out the door?
Let's do this.
To the main level?
I go where the whispers
Yeah.
lead.
To the window, to the wall.
Well,
Ooh,
the sweat
messy.
drop.
What do you
Pushed over
Just
thing
happened.
to make a bridge
Ah.
back, so we don't have to go around again. And then this just leads round to the other door that we would have come out.
I was trying to flip and figure out while the characters are moving, but
There's a lot of...
I was spinning.
Oh, that takes us back in.
Sorry.
You did your thing where you pressed on the level transition. So yeah, dead Winter Scale guards. This one actually died so quickly he didn't get a chance to draw his weapon.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
So there's
machine
a lot of
spirits.
dead people down here. That doesn't look good. He's on a bench.
The chosen
Right,
ones.
So I've told you, Evie, they're hiding so much from us. Arrogant mentors, holy brothers and sisters, what have they ever given us? Nothing but a pile of fibs and useless
Admonitions.
The voice of the main standing with his back sounds almost soft, heedless of everything but what's in front of him. Okay. Now, are we going to do just straight up wham bam, thank you ma'am?
Well, it depends on what happens, eh?
Apparently
But
we've
it
got
looks
one
like
option.
it's going to...
Okay, so we talk about someone called Aurora, revealing truths to him, which he's going to reveal to him. Oh joy.
No, we've just been spotted.
He was going to perform a lobotomy on the guy. Or his prisoner.
Okay.
He's already taken out an eye, apparently. based on that
Right,
conversation.
how do you know who I am? Who's that on the table? Step away from the hostage. One.
Using with madness and despair.
Yeah.
Bing.
What madness have you wrought on this prisoner? Why do you mutilate?
Prison.
Who's Aurora? Step away, I reckon.
Saving the people.
Okay, Warden sneers and glances at the maimed young man hostage. How rude. Young Winterscale is my guest and dearest friend. He came here himself to visit an old acquaintance and have a heartfelt talk, and I merely showing him some appropriate hospitality to commemorate our reunion.
Huh.
Okay.
How dare you, contemptible peasant. For every drop of noble blood you spill, you'll pay 100-fold more. Cassia turns to you for support, an expression that is equal parts indignant and frightened.
That poor fool, he knew nothing good would come of his naive attempt at negotiating with heretics. However, Ivan appears to still be alive. If we make haste, we might yet save him. Having a scion of House Winterscale in your debt would certainly prove beneficial.
That's it.
What Madis has he wrought? It's Sparta.
We are Sparta! I think maybe we just... Yeah, so maybe we just need to know who's Aurora is, and then we can attack.
Was my garden I've tried to seed. Okay. Attached to life, limitation bodies, short-sightedness of our eyes. Can scarcely see. It's all insignificant. The true future lies beyond real space. Term used to material universe as opposed to warp. Okay. And the only way to reach is through the cleansing. Okay. Right, I don't need to know that, so...
Yeah,
Are we now
that once was
kicking
quite
teeth?
one.
You
Alright,
see pretty
Well,
good.
Right, so, attack. Time for words.
Take a knee and bow before me.
Okay, let's find position for this young woman.
Pretty far.
Damn it, don't tell me she's going to get into cover.
Argento,
Just
I'm
go
gonna
on.
have a good time with Eddie.
Move there. Then you.
Oh, Albert can come straight down to the bottom and actually get into physical combat. Right, so who's taking the guys right up in the top corner?
I've got Argento who can probably spray a bit at the guys to the left. The guy all the way at the back.
Yeah, I'm talking about these people over here.
We?
I've got a sniper, so I can start
there.
firing at them. But there is a guy
Okay,
with a
'cause-
sniper up there that I want to try and get rid of.
I want to bring Albert there to attack these guys here.
I will start working my way around towards. Those guys.
Argento, those characteristic reductions are nasty.
Oh, this is a unholy lens right in front of us. Damn.
There are 3 of them in the arena.
Let's get to it.
What's he gonna do? He's got a lot of health.
Damn.
I have a lot. Bitch.
Okay.
Deer's turn. I'll say if you're going to analyze anything, do it on the boss.
Yeah.
Which one was Warden Castelia? There we go.
Yeah.
The analysis. Exposing weaknesses. It's just taking a major weakness.
But
Okay,
of
and I'm
course.
exploiting him. Wow, one. So the next step against the target affected by an exploit.
Yeah, you used expose,
I exposed,
which
yeah.
consumed.
Consumed
The,
exploit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to do what I want to do.
What I will do is I am going to increase your dodge abroad.
Anything else?
Thank you. Right.
It's Iggy's turn.
I can't charge for where I am.
No, but you can move and then charge.
Alright, I can move to there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can charge. Yeah, right. So let's just.
You've got ramming speeds. You've got +3 on your.
Okay, now I'm going to. I can't get there.
Contact the warden.
Because it's.
Yeah, I've got a rock in the way, so.
I'll probably kill the awakened prisoner, but it means you can charge into the prisoner and then shotgun casting in the face.
Yeah. So right, okay. So do that. Which knife is it better to have in my main hand? Just out of curiosity, the prisoner's shank or the serrated mono knife?
Well, the serrated knife does 17 plus 10% armor.
Yeah, so the mono blade does bleed. I'm doing bleed because I've got stuff that give me bonuses to bleed.
Cool.
Right.
Then yeah,
sweet.
bleed in main hand.
Okay.
Opposing me was your
Too late.
biggest mistake.
You dead?
All right. Then switching over.
Yeah, because you can't reach him with melee, but you can blap him in the face.
That sounds disgusting.
Will be for him.
Oops.
And I missed.
But it was the charm.
Yep.
Chaos guides me.
Now the
Here comes the pain.
missed. No, you're insane. You took that.
Guides me.
Oh, I didn't see this guy.
Huh. First time I've seen him do that.
Near.
Ouch.
I mean, he did damage, but it's the first time I've ever seen him actually come down from his perch.
He jumped off the tower.
Yeah,
That's
he normally sits up there and snipes
something.
like an asshole. Alright. Well, that potentially changed my plan. Because I can come down and... Yeah, I can do that. Now, boys, this is why you don't go.
Don't we have to wipe out his lenses? Or can we do that after the
You may
fight?
need to, but I'm doing this.
He sounds insane. Absolutely insane.
We did tell him to choose that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, they'd laughed while sending people on fire.
Perfectly healthy. Really?
Oh.
85% chance. That's XCOM, baby. I know you're in heavy cover. That was 85% chance, damn it.
Oh,
Damn.
another scar to my collection.
Right, so it's Albert's turn now.
Mhm.
I think straight up. Right, so switch you on. I'm going to.
Actually, I'm pretty
swan
sure I told him
enemy
to
on.
use the heretical, the heretical voice. But anyway,
Do an actual charge.
Can't charge through your friend. So you might be able to move first and then charge, but again, remember you do have your ranged weapons, so you can do... You gotta juggle around.
excuse
Right,
me.
So
Can't change equipment in combat.
okay. Can't do that, so I'll need to move. If I move to there,
You You've got to have at least 2 squares to charge, so you should be able to get him.
Hit.
Ah, did you press enter?
Yes.
Ah.
Bollocks. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
what is she going to do?
I was thinking press spacebar to actually go
No, that's
action.
turn over.
What is Cassia
Yes.
up to yet? I don't want to
Fuck's
move.
sakes. That.
But
Yeah.
Cassia, stop. It's like I'm being forced to move. Okay, there.
And remember, the extra turn she gives, whoever you give it to, they don't have any movement points.
Okay, so
So make sure
Ignatius,
they've either
have
got a
you
ranged
got
weapon or...
the ranged weapon there.
I think
Did you?
technically everyone's got one. Iggy's got his shotgun pistol. Abelard can change it to his shotgun.
Yeah.
Both my characters are ranged. So,
Okay. So
Me? If you insist, Lord
plus
Captain.
14 to all your stats.
I am a navigator,
And
not a servitor.
some
so
actions.
you can charge. Or shoot. You've only got points for one.
I still can't charge in there.
Because he's only 1 square away from you. Yeah, sorry. I thought it might count the diagonal if you went front and then
That's
side.
what I
That'd
was
be
thinking.
2. But it didn't. So, you can flap him again.
Alright.
And you got plus 14 to your ability now, so.
I could move in and attack them, can't I?
No,
No, no
he's giving you
movement.
an extra turn, but with no movement.
I'm giving you 4 action points, that's it. Nice.
It's a hit.
Oh yeah, I gave you 6 action points. So if you've got something else you can do.
2 action points.
No, that was it. That was the single action point.
Okay, and now
If you can do that buff on Abatal, that can help me with my sniping.
yeah,
So I can take some of the ones out.
yeah, I just want to make sure that I found the
Me?
correct character. There
If
you
you
go.
insist, Lord Captain.
And then you might want to move in to cover.
Yep.
Be careful
cover
not to
there.
cross my gaze.
Yep.
Finally, Argenta's turn. I'm sorry, Argenta.
Those who have joined, I do apologize. My webcam has actually frozen. No idea why.
Or win.
Oh. Yeah. It's one of those things.
Okay, I'm going to start working on this unholy land here. It's red. I don't like it.
Damn. Almost done.
Oh, okay.
Nice. He's
go.
jumping.
Harry.
High momentum.
That does not sound pretty. Okay. What is she going? Thank you. Let's analyze some enemies. How large is that guy? He's still got 40 health. So I'm gonna analyze him.
Was that you? Or
He's got 4 stacks of exploit.
And then I'm going to precise attack against him. So whoever attacks him next is going to get bonuses. Why won't it flippin' do it? It won't attack. It won't let me do it. For the next attack against a target affected by an exploit. Oh, it's personal. Okay. So I do it to myself and then attack someone with exploit.
Ah. She got a. Well, technically, the scream is an attack. As is lightning, but lightning might fry our friend down there.
Mm-hmm.
So I kill the prisoner or finish off the warden?
If you got a clear line to the warden, you can take out the warden.
On it.
The bigger guy.
Okay, maybe we should kill the lenses first.
Oh wait,
Because the
he's
warden's
still
back.
alive.
He's back.
Yep, he has come back.
Okay.
So yeah, kill the lenses. There are 2
Yep.
left.
So that was a bit of a wasted attack.
Now
Okay.
you know.
But of
No,
course.
because that means he's pulled
And
him
now
away
it
from us.
exposes the weakness on flippin'
Yeah. Doesn't mean he's
stupid.
further from us, but it means he's also got to spend time getting to us as well.
Yeah.
He can mop up some of the little guys.
Okay.
That's ready. Ignatius is ready.
Just trying to think what the next best thing is.
Take out the prisoner in front of you.
Right. Okay, so I shall move to
You
there,
just
go
go-
for it.
Yeah, there,
And
stab him, and then you can still charge afterwards to gain some more
that's
ground.
exactly strike there.
Because, plus with your thing,
Nothing of value has been lost.
I like
rigorous
that.
training, when you charge, it doesn't end your turn, and it also gives you plus 15% dodge after you use it. So it's useful for you just to move around with if you've got it going spare, because it means you're harder to hit. And you've got extra range on yours.
Yep.
I've got suspicion that the wardens have come off
Now,
you.
if I do the daring breach, I can move up and probably take out this. Or do some damage to it.
Great. Yes, that immediately gives you all your action points back, gives you 5 movement, or plus 5 movement, and you don't stop moving after you hit.
Don't forget the
You have
warden
no
will come
limit
off
on
you
melee
though.
attack. So,
Alright.
You're
So-
going to be a target to the warden and 2 guards. If you go show up to that now.
but it means you can get in there and start smacking stuff. Plus, because it's you, the cloak you've got on, you've just gained an extra 20% dodge because that was a heroic action.
Right, so if I switch on reckless, and try and hit that thing, do you reckon that'll work?
You'll do extra
Yeah.
damage, and if you're hitting the lens, it can't attack you back, so you're not getting any negatives. You just got to make sure you're in range.
Right. Alright, so it's not letting me do that. So if I'm gonna move to there,
That should be in range.
okay. And then I do that to there.
That'll
There you
work.
go. You
Damn.
can move up, and you can stab him
Fucking
again
hell.
if you wanted.
Push him off the edge.
That is absolutely fucking ludicrous. I just popped that in one go.
You did at least like 30 odd damage.
One more to
Still
go,
got-
and
At least 2 hits on you can do.
yeah, I'm only seeing one more lens.
Yeah, there's 1 lens left.
Alright. That is, and he's been quite badly damaged as well.
Death to the weak.
Fate shields me.
Yeah.
Out
Damn.
of my way.
Now he's going back up.
That's all.
Stop mocking me.
Right.
Adira, it's time to
Fine.
take him out.
I need to get an angle where I can hit him with my sniper, which means running out in the open. But fuck it.
I wonder if I directly reach him.
They're giving me the bonus to hit, so
Nice. Yeah, I think it ignores cover.
Another one is shattered.
can't do anything else with any of you. That's fine. I'll do that to make sure we do extra damage to people near us. That'll help you. Okay, his
Ooh,
friend
just
dodged
like
into
boss.
the back. I hit him twice, so. Now, Abelard. Where can you get to?
I'd head up to that guy on the left there. Or at least
Yeah, you might be able to
in
get
his general
closer if he
direction.
moves around and charges.
Right,
Might
I'm
even
just
be able
trying
to
to
get a
think,
shot off.
where would he be best to go for? The guy over here?
Yeah,
No,
well,
I think
probably
this
snipe him
guy.
easy.
I think this guy here is probably a better bet.
Cool. So can I get a charge off?
Because
No,
this guy's out in the
can't.
open.
No, that rock bit in the middle is a bit weird, isn't it? So you could
Yeah,
hopefully move around, get enough angle to charge forward.
right. So, let's do that. That's for free. Now, it's not allowing me to.
Yeah,
Right.
so there's something in the way there. So,
Need to move to there.
and then if you try doing the charge, it should then let you gauge. Yeah, cool. The
It
red squares
won't-
on the floor is where you'll get to.
Yeah, it won't let me actually get an attack on him.
No, but you'll get closer. And
Oh.
then
And you're in cover now.
can you possibly get a shot off on him?
Not on him.
No.
But
You're in cover
You can
there.
hit the boss in the back. Nice.
And you had to
dodged
your
the shot
other
as well.
character had to dodge your own shot.
yeah,
It's
'cause
like,
the
what
shot-
the fuck you think you're doing? Oh, of
Oh,
course.
I should have switched. You know what? I should have done that.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, Cassie. What are you going to do?
She can't do the make someone do another move, another turn thing to the same person twice in a row. They get like a cooldown between. Yeah, can't be targeted by the ability for the next 2 rounds. So, for example, you can't do it on Abelard. Again, from the last time.
Or
or
Iggy.
actually,
Oh, yeah.
did it on Iggy, didn't he? Yeah, so Iggy's got that red man pointing a finger. That's the cooldown on it for the next 2 turns.
Okay.
Okay, so where is that?
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Yeah, have another shot.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's not a bitch. Big money bitch.
I should have given you the guns of fake first. Oh, but you did hit.
Mm. Well, hit chance goes up to 95%, and then I think it's
Yeah,
everything
but I mean,
over that
you hit.
becomes crit chance.
Yeah, but if you
So-
cast it now, on her turn, it should happen.
Oh yeah, because it's on the next attack, dodge, and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So that'll
I
work.
was
I'm just saying
thinking
on my
about-
previous attack.
Yeah,
It's
I was thinking
full,
about
so
Ignatius, so if you don't get taken out by the warden, yeah. But then
We'll give it
again,
dodge.
she's probably, yeah. But then again, Avatar's likely going to be the target of this is that guard in his rifle. Maybe Abelard. Abelard's still got plenty of people left.
That
Let's
is
make it Iggy.
foolishness.
Yeah.
Too far.
If I
That's
may,
you.
Yeah, makes it easier. Hello,
Well,
doggy.
It's he's next.
Can I hit him from there? Not very easily. In fact, not at all. Him I can hit quite much. Him I can a little bit. can't hit that lens. That's the annoying thing. If I finish off the boss, he's just going to respawn and pop back.
Yeah,
up by the other
which
lens.
is why I want to send what's her name after the lens.
Right, him. There we go.
And now it's safe for it to go after the lens.
Oh, he burned. He burned.
Oops. So I'm not going after the lens. Oh yeah, I can still. Okay.
Alright, nice. Nice to see though that he reconstitutes on fire.
Yep. There we go.
I know
Alright,
what is to
move.
come.
Can you hit that with the...
With the
with
you do on
your
the screen, but I want to
Or you have a
I
laser
want to
gun.
expose him
Will
first.
do.
Um,
Was that you? Or
okay, I think that worked. The next attack against the warden is going to stack extra exploits, extra damage, and transfer him and things. Where is my other weapon?
on it.
How the hell did you miss that, woman? Damn it!
Dick, Tom.
Okay, is there any other okay. Nothing, no one else I can reach.
Right, now,
Get him to that guard on the left.
how far can I move? Right, so...
When you
Yeah, my water boiled ages ago. Hopefully it hasn't cooled out far. I'll be right back.
Right,
You might
I'm
be
going
able
to
to
take
get
out... Which one?
either you've got an extra long charge range.
Yes,
You can cover quite a bit of distance.
yes.
I'm
You thinking
thinking-
about me going on after the warden?
Yeah, because you've got 5 movement, so that probably get you 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that get you there, and then it's whether or not you can wrangle it through the cables. That, yep. There we go, and then you still got your normal attack.
He's got
Obviously.
bleed on now,
Yep.
and I'm going to hit with that one there.
There you go. You might as well pop Endure, because that gives you some damage reduction and temporary health.
Yep.
Always nice. There's that one annoying guard who's not dead yet, but he will be soon.
Okay. And then that will be me done.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Nothing.
Punk ass.
I think if you can get up and attack this.
Can I hit that lens?
There we go.
Can't hit it from this angle yet,
But if you...
but can do this.
What, and attack that guy there.
Behold the wrath of
What I can do
madness!
is I can then run.
Don't know what I've done to my left knee, but it's freezing up on me every time I try and
one
move.
tile out.
Really?
Maybe I can
Take up the lens.
trying to do that, but it's because of the angle. I'm not hitting it. Ah, there we go. If I change the flavor, I can curve it.
There we go.
I'm getting some damage on it.
Right, so you are going to
Fuck him
walk
up.
up to there.
And shoot the guy in the back. Oh, well, in front.
Okay, apparently I can't
Hey.
charge.
No, but you
Right,
I
there
go
we
on
go.
height. Also, you
Yeah,
had
it's good to
the
be able to
ranged
target,
weapon
yeah.
in your hand. Yeah.
I just realised that.
And then the other bonk.
One fewer target!
That sounded.
That's the high
Interesting.
momentum. That's it saying we've got high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
momentum again.
Oh, yeah. I just thought it was ominous hearing that sound.
I
Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The
That one
witch's
of you guys
turn.
can use as closer to the lens.
Well, Cassia
What
can use it
does-
on you to give you an entire extra turn on Iggy, which might be.
Gains an extra
Oh, no,
turn,
of course, he'll
full
just
AP
respawn
and
again, won't he?
movement. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
but he'll just
thinking
respawn
about
again.
if I give it to Abatal, then Abatal can take out that lens.
I can
Yes.
try. In fact,
I'll
I'm
show
overexerted,
you
so I can't
why
do the normal.
navigators are feared.
Right, so
But you can want the flame around there. Actually, hold on.
I'll quickly switch to the sniper because that will do more damage. I'm going to shoot the fucking thing.
Should have movement as well. It's supposed to give you full movement.
Yep. Just looking at the angle so I can get there.
Because then you don't have to worry about the guy coming popping back up again.
Now you
When he gets taken down.
Okay, so the problem is I could shoot him, but there is also a 59% chance I will hit you through him.
Yeah, but Scott's on plenty of health. The wounds. Okay, not much less. Perfect.
Tender Scott!
And you missed Scott twice. Genius.
Twice.
On purpose. Painful and
The
not.
fact that I had quite high dodge as well, it might have helped out a little bit.
At least 40%
I've been
extra.
dropping much juice, blood at his lips, on the young man's lips, a voice barely audible, but even now it remains melodious and quite courteous. Even Winterskull of Kronos
Bonus.
pleased to make your acquaintance. On the rare days that Lord Winterskull visits Urak 5, the station was awash amidst of warm hues, where we were forbidden from meeting each other, but I was delighted still to see such rare colours in my home. Now, however, his colours are darkening, twisted from pain and bitterness. We must help him, Lord Captain. We must save the clarity of his soul, for he whose presence make the world a little brighter deserves no less. I presume this,
Lady Cassia, I
Say-
presume.
okay. How disgraceful that it is that we finally meet. I looked away in shame, found myself not at my best. There's no disgrace in your predicament, Lord Winterskull. The Lord Captain and I met under similar dreadful and tragic.
Truth in that.
Yeah, so conserve your strength. You are wounded and need help. I must take my leave. I must take my leave. Your pilot will take your governor. Finish him off. Shall I ask him what have they done first? To get more information. Sorry?
Can do.
Yeah.
My friend tried to convince him to stop the riot. Diplomacy failed. Speaking as he struggles, but he became continually stubborn. Father hates diplomacy, which is why I had to try.
Okay, it sounds like he's done it fall over, so.
Yeah.
Babbling.
I would have phrased it altogether differently. Tortured and maimed, perhaps. Have you ever had your eyes burnt out? It was my first time. I cannot say I recommend the procedure. It's trying to help the situation, going delirious from the pain. Okay.
To oblivion. Loot. The warden had a
Yay!
fancy sword.
Level ups! And it's after midnight. Well, for me at any rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we then? Fun. Fresh God, whenever the attacks enemy that is full of wounds, that attack deals.
Oh, sorry. That one was me.
That's fine, dude.
Yeah, it's okay, we can always level up next time.
Teacher with everything to study it was made of shame junk. With last words, he takes a moment to collect himself, all at once starting from a hasty sputter. Is the mistake slander meant to blemish a good name of a person who's now dead and cannot even defend herself? first those minions of arch enemy, murdered Lord Captain Theodora, and now cannot be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Can now remember what she was like, brazen, assertive. Was that entire life was a race against fate until fate caught up with her in the end. You would have gone headfirst back into a black hole if she thought it would have put her one step ahead. Fine. Okay. Albertus, know that we're born from bad blood, but not let this knowledge drag you into the darkness. Right, twisted wires. Okay. For your sanctimonious creatures, a devious trinket for you no longer see a person, you see bad blood, an annoying hindrance. How dare you admonish me with speaking better? Okay. Oh God, women. Calm down. Sure, go through your trouble trying to make sense of anything when you can just label them heretic. Except, dear friends, I seem to remember that you don't mind Theodora as much while you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side for even a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted. The moment you heard her next to Scully, her memory, you weren't surprised or upset. You just gave up on her and moved on. Danger of heresy cannot be overstated. She's right, since you cast right, so it's essential you will cease these insinuations about at once, which you are walking a fine line between outright heresy and a barrel of bolter. Shut your mouth before I shut it for you.
They're pretty much 1 and 4 are the same, just 1 is that but stronger, and 2 and 3 are the same, but 1 is stronger.
And if you say nothing, they carry on, don't they?
Who knows? I don't think I've ever actually said nothing.
Damn.
I just did.
Okay, so are we
But yeah.
gonna leave it there, folks?
Yeah.
And then I'll level up next time.
Yeah. Alright, hold on.
Same thing.
Well, folks,
Right, hi folks,
just
thank
wanted...
you very much for stopping by and watching. I do appreciate it. Hold on, let me do this so Quinton can do his thing.
Well, you got started. Thank you very much, folks. Don't forget to hit subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to hit follow on Twitch. Don't forget I've got membership on YouTube so you can get videos as I upload them instead of having to wait for it to be scheduled. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought, what you'd like in the future. Until next time, take care out there. Go Scotty!
I think he's muted himself on this while he's doing it. Possibly.
Back.